Well, there's three main components that go into our campaign outreach process. Each one, quite frankly, works well in a separate Google Doc or Word file. We've got a targeting document, we've got a messages document, and we've got now a profile document. These three things come together to triangulate. Do you like that word? Triangulate. To provide the infrastructure we need, the components for our campaign process. So I'm going to talk specifically about profiles right now, and I'm not going to talk about the big concept behind profiles and all the stuff you heard from other people. Yes, it's important to have a brand and to look good and have keywords and all that stuff in there, but I'm only going to talk about how a great profile that looks good anywhere else looks even better when it's done this way for campaigns. Because we're not trying to just attract visitors and keyword stuff and all that. We're putting specific people we want to do business with, and this is the profile for them, for just the folks we want the most. So there's three sections that matter the most and some images. The section that matters the very, very, very most is called the headline. The headline is that text right underneath your name at the top, and it's been expanded now to have over 200 characters. It's like 4 or 5 lines of stuff. And you should really take advantage of that. And the very beginning of your headline is what matters the most, because that's what people are going to see when they're looking on a phone or they're looking at an invitation. They don't get to see this whole thing when they're deciding if they're going to connect with you or not. They see some of it. So remember, just like the idea of SEO and all, where the words at the top of something matter the most, it's just the same here in the 3 sections I'm going to talk to you about. The 3 sections of your profile. The first is the headline. So look at other headlines of people in the industry that you like. I like putting in a ski diamond, either a solid black ski diamond. You see, I use a blue one in my profile. I think that makes it pop from the page. People are more likely, their eyes are drawn to it. They'll click on me versus the guy who doesn't ski. I'm just kidding, but the guy who doesn't have the ski diamond in it. So use that idea if you like. If you see ski diamonds out there, maybe it was me that popularized that. Okay? So that's your headline. And grab your headline now and put it into a Google Doc or so and play around with it and put it back up. Okay? Now it's easiest to do this if you're in edit mode. So if you go into your existing LinkedIn profile and go to edit it and highlight in the edit box and copy and paste off into a Google Doc, as opposed to the view mode where you get great big ugly text and you got to format it. So if you go into the edit mode and highlight the editable text in there and copy and paste it out, it's nice and clean for you to make edits and put it right back in. All right? Make it look nice, but it's one big paragraph, maybe with something in the middle. Next section is called the About or Summary section. This is where you tell your story. You want to be more interesting than the average bear. If you're selling something that other people sell too, it's especially important to tell your story of how did you arrive at this place? What's your journey? So at the very bottom of your About section, where you've told your story, you want to have some contact information. I like an email address. Some folks use phone numbers. I've used both. You could even put a link to your website there, although there's other places that'll be as well. But it starts out, your About and Summary section starts out in the upper corner, that first paragraph. You got to optimize that section, because that's what folks see. When they're deciding to connect with you or not, that's the decider. Okay? So it's the headline, it's that, and now the other section down here is your current job. So that's a description of your job. It's your job title. Make it look nice. You know, sales rep versus account manager. Which do you want to work with? How about consultant? Huh? Just kind of use a job title that works well in your industry, that doesn't scare people away when they see you're connecting to them and it says sales rep. Do I want to connect to the sales rep? No, but you might connect to the consultant. All right? So those are the 3 sections of your profile that matter the most from a text standpoint. The headline, people see that when they're connecting. The About section, They see that mostly when they go to your profile. And the job description part, which is where they scroll down on your profile to see it. Of all that, the headline matters the most. Now there's one more part that really matters here, and that is your image. Okay, your screenshot, your headshot image right up here. Your banner at the top matters. That's great. But they only see that once they get to your profile. They're going to see your beautiful looking face with just the right amount of space around your head, without anything in the way, or with a cool background, but no distractions, nothing ugly. Right? They've got to see that. And when they see that in a preview out there, they're looking at your headshot, they're looking at the beginning of your text, and they're looking at part of your profile out there. Right? So that's the part of your profile that matters the most in terms of using these outreach campaigns we're talking about. Focus on those 3 sections, make it look nice. Look at other people you like. If it looks good to you, then maybe it should be your look to other people. More often you'll find as you're a critic that you don't like much that's out there and you think you can do better. And I've just gave you some really good ideas to do better. So give that a shot. That's one of the big components of the campaign outreach process. It's your profile. You got to look the part, but you don't have to look that part everywhere, specific spots, okay? I'm Mike O'Neill. Let's make it happen, okay?